Okay.
Good morning, students. Today topic is lesson number 6, applications of vector algebra. Lesson number 6, applications of vector algebra. We have already studied two operations, addition and subtraction, of class number 11. In this chapter we will study the notation of another operation, namely the two vectors. The product of two vectors is, the result is again a vector form ijk. The components will be ijk. This is two-dimensional and three-dimensional ways. Now recall. First, like vectors. This is a line segment. AB is a line segment. 3 centimeter or 4 centimeter length must be 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, or any meters or centimeter. Now we have to take only one arrow mark using the point A or point B. Suppose the arrow marks is on B. A to B is a vector. A to B is a vector. Next, the arrow mark start from A. B to A is a vector. The two vectors, small a vector and small b vector, these two vectors are parallel to each other, then like vectors. Parallel to each other, then like vectors. Suppose a vector acting along this vector, b vector is acting along this vector. This is a vector, here acting b vector. This is unlike vector, like vectors. The two vectors start from the point A. OA is a single vector, OB is another single vector. The angle between these two vectors is, let us take theta, cos theta is equal to A vector dot B vector divided by magnitude in the direction of A vector and the magnitude in the direction of B vector. Suppose the vector is, this is a OA vector, the distance between them is 1 unit, then magnitude in the direction of OA vector is 1 unit. Suppose the vector is of the form OB, then OB vector magnitude in the direction is 1 unit. Now EX number 6.1. Sum number 1. Prove by vector method. Prove by vector method that if a line is drawn from the center of a circle, from the center of a circle to the midpoint of the chord, then the line is perpendicular to the chord. Draw a circle with center at O. AB is a chord. AB is chord, center is O. Now join OA and OB. Draw OD perpendicular to AB. Draw OD perpendicular to AB. Let O be the position vector of the points A vector and B vector is OA vector and OB vector. Now let O be the position vector. The center is at O. Now OA vector is equal to OB vector is equal to small a vector is equal to small b vector. D is the midpoint of AB. Let O be the position vector of the points A and B. Therefore, OA is A vector, OB is B vector. Now D is the midpoint of AB. OD vector is equal to A vector plus B vector divided by 2. Average of the two vectors, A vector plus B vector divided by 2. Now OD vector dot AB vector is equal to OD vector. O is the position vector of the point A and B. Therefore, AB means OB vector minus OA vector is equal to A vector plus B vector divided by 2 into B vector minus A vector. Now 1 by 2 is common, 1 by 2 into B vector plus, this can be written as B vector plus A vector. Why? The reason is addition is an operation. A plus B is equal to B plus A vector into B vector minus A vector. Now A plus means A minus B is A square minus B square A of into B vector whole square minus A vector whole square. This can be written as magnitude in the direction of B vector whole square minus A vector whole square. This means length only. Radius OA will be OB. OA length will be OB length. Therefore, these two are same. 1 by 2 into B vector magnitude in the direction minus B vector magnitude in the direction. Therefore, half into 0. Half into 0 means 0. OD vector dot AB vector is equal to OD vector dot AB vector is equal to 0. Means OD vector is perpendicular to AB. AB means a chord. Therefore, the line OD is perpendicular to the chord. Hence the proof. Sum number 2, prove by vector method. That the median is the base of an isosceles triangle is perpendicular to the base. Perpendicular to the base. Draw a triangle. ABC. A, B, C, D. This side B, this side is C. Now draw AD perpendicular to BC. We get two triangles. One is ADB, another one is ADC. Now let O be the position vector of the point. Let O be the position vector of a point. OB vector AB vector is equal to B vector and AC vector is equal to C vector. In this case, the length AB is equal to AC. Why? Since the triangle is an isosceles triangle. Since the triangle ABC is an isosceles. Okay. Now D is the midpoint of BC. Draw AD perpendicular to BC means D is the midpoint of BC. The position vector of D is position vector of the point D is B plus C divided by 2. Let AB is equal to B vector and AC vector is equal to C vector. Now we have to take AD vector dot BC vector. AD vector is, you know, that B plus C vector divided by 2. O is the position vector of the point B and C. Then OC vector BC is OC vector minus OB vector. OC vector is C vector B plus C vector by 2 into C vector minus B vector. This means B vector, interchanging these two, 1 by 2 into C vector plus B vector into C vector minus a B vector is equal to half into C vector whole square minus a B vector whole square. This can be written as magnitude in the direction of C vector whole square and B vector whole square. Half into magnitude in the direction of C vector whole square minus a magnitude of B vector in the whole square. Now magnitude in the direction of C means C only. C means AB length only. Here magnitude in the direction of B vector means B only. B only means A C vector means. Therefore AB vector is equal to AC vector. These two lengths are equal. So AB is equal to AC. In this case C is equal to B. Therefore half into C vector whole square minus C vector whole square. B is equal to C. Therefore C vector is equal to C vector. So half into 0 is equal to 0. 0 means dot product of two vectors means 0 means these two vectors are perpendicular to each other. These two vectors are perpendicular to each other. Therefore AD vector dot BC vector is equal to 0. This means AD vector is perpendicular to BC vector. From the diagram, AD vector is perpendicular to BC vector means the triangle ABC is a right angled one. The triangle ABC is right angled one. Therefore the given triangle is the given triangle is an isosceles and perpendicular to the base. Hence the result. Sum number 3. Prove by vector method. Prove by vector method that an angle is semicircle is a right angle. Draw a semicircle first. Draw a semicircle. AB is the diameter of the semicircle. O is midpoint of AB. So O is equal to OB. Take any point on the semicircle. The point P is set on the semicircle. Join AP and BP to prove angle APB is 90 degree, then it is a right angle. Therefore, let O is equal to O is the midpoint of AB, join PO. Now O is equal to OB is equal to OP is equal to radius. Let O be the position vector of the points A, B, then A vector and P vector are the position vectors. Now AP vector is equal to OP vector minus OA vector. OP vector is R vector, radius, minus OA vector is small a vector. Next BP vector. BP vector is equal to OP vector minus OB vector. OB vector is radius, R vector minus B vector. Now AP vector dot BP vector is equal to R vector minus A vector into R vector minus A B vector. R vector minus A vector into R vector minus B vector. Now R vector minus A vector into the direction is reversed, this side and this side. Therefore R vector minus A vector. This means direction is reversed. Next line, R vector minus A vector, R vector plus A vector. A plus B, A minus B, A square minus B square, minus of minus positive. Now since B vector is equal to minus A vector, now A plus B, A minus B is R vector whole square minus A vector whole square. This means 0. Y AP is equal to BP is equal to OP. All are radius. Therefore 0. This length must be equal to this length. Therefore 0. Now AP vector is perpendicular to BP vector. Therefore the semicircle hence the semicircle, the angle subtended in a semicircle is right angle. Hence the semicircle is contained in A, P, B. is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, it is a right angle one. Next, sum number 4. Prove by vector method that the diagonal of a rhombus bisect each other at a right angle. Let ABCD be a rhombus. Draw a rhombus. Let ABCD be a rhombus. Draw a rhombus. A, B, C, D. Join AC and BD. Join the diagonals AC and BD. Let O be the position vector. O be the position vector. OA vector is equal to A vector. OB vector is equal to B vector. Now the side AB vector is equal to small a vector and side BC is equal to B vector. BC is equal to B vector. Now AC, the diagonal AC is equal to AC vector is equal to A to C means A to B plus B to C, AB vector plus BC vector. AB vector is A plus A vector plus BC is B vector. Therefore, the diagonal AC is A vector plus a B vector. The diagonal BD vector is equal to VD vector. BD vector means BC vector plus CD vector. B to D means B to C plus C to D. BC vector. BC vector is B vector. CD vector interchanging DC plus of minus DC. Minus a DC vector. Minus DC vector plus of minus. So B vector minus a DC vector. But DC vector is parallel to AB vector. Therefore, B vector minus a vector. Diagonal AC is A vector plus B vector. Diagonal BD is B vector minus A vector. Now, dot product of the two diagonals. The diagonal AC vector dot diagonal BD vector is equal to A vector plus B vector into B vector minus A vector. This means B vector plus A vector into B vector minus A vector. Therefore, B vector whole square minus A vector whole square. This means magnitude in the direction of B vector whole square minus magnitude in the direction of A vector whole square. This means 0. Why? Magnitude in the direction of B vector is B square is equal to A square. Therefore, 0. Now, AC vector dot BD vector is 0, means AC vector is perpendicular to BD vector. This means the two diagonals are perpendicular to each other. The two diagonals AC and BD are ARE perpendicular to each other. Each other means it is a right angle triangle. Therefore, the diagonals of a rhombus, bisect each other at right angle. Another way also, we have to take the midpoint of the diagonal AC and midpoint of diagonal BC. These two are equal, then it is a right angle one. Another way. Okay. Now question number 5. Is easy one. Therefore, we have to take 6. Prove by vector method. Prove by vector method. The area of the quadrilateral. ABCD having the diagonals AC and BD is half into AC cross BD. Magnitude in the direction of AC cross BD. From ABCD be a quadrilateral. Draw a quadrilateral. A, B, C, D. Area of a quadrilateral ABCD is equal to, draw AC. First draw a quadrilateral ABC, join AC, one of the diagonal AC. We get two triangles. One is ABC, another one is ADC. Therefore, the area of the quadrilateral, ABCD is equal to area of the triangle ABC plus area of the triangle ACD. Now, area of the triangle ABC, first triangle, half into base is AB into AC vector. Next, half into area of the triangle ACD, AC cross AD, AC vector cross AD vector. This will be minus of into interchange AC and BD, AC vector cross AB vector plus half into AC vector cross AD vector. Now common AC vector, therefore half into common AC vector into minus AB vector minus AB vector plus AD vector. Plus AD vector is equal to, no, here positive, inside the negative, half into AC cross minus AB plus C. Now half into AC cross, interchanging these two. First AB into BA, one negative sign into another negative sign, product gives positive. Therefore BA vector plus AD vector is equal to half into AC cross BD vector. AC cross BD vector. Now this means half into magnitude in the direction of AC vector cross BD vector. The question is, prove by vector method the area of the quadrilateral ABCD is half into this. Therefore area of the quadrilateral ABCD is equal to half into magnitude in the direction of AC vector cross BD vector. Question number 7. Prove by vector method. That by vector method that the parallelogram on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. Draw two parallel lines L1 and L2. AB, C, D, C dash, D dash, C dash, D dash. First, draw two parallel lines L1 and L2. Draw two parallel lines L1 and L2. The points A and B are the base of the two parallelogram. Take another 4 points. Take another 4 points C, D, C dash and D dash on the line L1. Join ABCD. We get one parallelogram. Join A, B, C dash, D dash. We get another parallelogram. The area of the two parallelograms are equal. To prove that the area of the two parallelograms ABCD and ABC dash D dash are equal. To prove that area of the parallelogram ABCD is equal to area of the parallelogram AB C dash D dash. Now let AB is equal to small a vector and AD vector is equal to small b vector. This is small a vector, this is small b vector. AB is parallel to CD, therefore AB is parallel to DC, therefore DC is equal to small a vector. AD is parallel to BC, therefore BC is B vector. Area of the parallelogram ABCD is equal to A vector cross B vector. Number is as 1. Next, area of the parallelogram. Area of the parallelogram AB C dash D dash equal to AB vector plus C dash D dash vector. This means A vector cross B vector plus some distance into A vector. Cross product gives A vector cross B vector plus constant T into B A vector cross A vector. This is 0. Therefore, A vector cross B vector. Number is as 2. From equation number 1 and 2, area of the parallelogram ABCD is equal to area of the parallelogram AB C dash D dash. Next, question number 9. Using vector method, prove that cos of alpha minus beta is equal to cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. Now, first draw x and y axis. X dash, y dash. Let I vector acting along x axis, j vector acting along y axis. Take 2 points P and Q. On the first quadrant of the XO, X dash, here O. Now join OP, join OQ, draw PL perpendicular to X axis is at L. Draw another perpendicular line from Q to x-axis is at M. Let x O P, angle XOP is equal to alpha, angle XOQ is equal to beta, angle POQ is equal to angle POQ is equal to angle XOQ minus angle XOP. Angle XOP minus angle XOQ. This means alpha minus beta. So XOP is alpha, XOQ is beta, QOP or POQ is XOP minus XOQ is equal to alpha minus beta. So alpha minus beta. In this case, I vector acting along x-axis, j vector acting along y-axis. Now A vector is equal to y vector, or in this case OP vector is equal to, from the diagram OP vector is equal to YL vector plus LP vector. YL vector is cos alpha, subtended angle is alpha, therefore cos alpha I vector plus sin alpha j vector. OP vector is cos alpha I vector plus sin alpha j vector. OQ vector is cos beta I vector plus sin beta j vector. Now OP vector is cos alpha I vector plus sin alpha j vector. OQ vector is cos beta I vector plus sin beta j vector. Now OP vector dot OQ vector is equal to cos alpha I vector plus sin alpha j vector dot product of cos beta I vector plus sin beta j vector is equal to, we know that I dot I vector is 1, j dot j vector is 1, k dot k vector is 1. In this case, there are two vectors, I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1. Therefore, cos alpha, cos beta plus sin alpha, cos beta plus sin alpha, sin beta. But this is equation number 1. But OP vector magnitude in the direction dot OQ vector magnitude in the direction, but OP vector dot OQ vector is equal to magnitude in the direction of OP vector, magnitude in the direction of OQ vector into cos of alpha minus beta. Now OP vector is unit distance 1, OQ vector is unit distance 1. Therefore, cos of alpha minus beta, 1 dot 1 is 1. Therefore, cos of alpha minus beta. Number is as 2. From equation number 1 and 2, LHS are equal. Therefore, from equation number 1 and 2, LHS are equal. Therefore, RHS are equal. Cos of alpha minus beta is equal to cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. Hence the result. Next, question number 10. Using vector method, prove that sin alpha plus beta is equal to sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Draw x and y axis. X dash a, y dash a. Take 2 points, capital A and P, or P and Q. The point P is in the first quadrant, Q is in fourth quadrant. Join OP, join OQ, draw a perpendicular line from P to x axis is at L. Draw another perpendicular line from Q to x axis is at M. I vector acting along x axis, j vector acting along y axis. In this case, cross product, therefore k vector acting along z axis. K vector is in the place x axis, y axis. Z axis is perpendicular to x and y axis. Now Z axis acting along a unit vector is k vector. Okay. Now let us take angle alpha is XOP. XOQ is minus beta. Minus a beta. Adding these two, we get alpha minus beta. Now we have to consider angle as a positive. Therefore, OA vector, in this case OP vector is equal to OL vector plus LP vector. OL vector is cos of alpha I vector minus angle is negative, therefore plus sin of minus beta of j vector. Let us consider angle is negative in the fourth quadrant, therefore sin of minus beta of j vector. We know that sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, therefore cos alpha I vector minus sin beta j vector, cos alpha I vector minus sin beta j vector. This is OP vector. Next OQ vector. OQ vector is OM vector plus MQ vector. OM vector plus MQ vector. OM vector is cos beta I vector. MQ vector is sin of sin beta j vector. In this case, k vector is 0 into something, therefore answer is 0. Now OP vector plus OQ vector is equal to I vector, j vector, k vector, cos alpha minus sin alpha 0. Out the cos beta, sin beta 0. Find the determinant value is equal to first I vector into 0 minus j vector into 0. Next plus k vector into cos alpha sin beta minus of minus positive sin alpha cos beta is equal to k vector sin alpha cos beta plus interchanging sin alpha cos beta cos alpha sin beta. But OP vector cross OQ vector is equal to magnitude in the direction of OP vector into magnitude in the direction of OQ vector into sin of adding these two alpha plus beta is equal to 1 dot 1 dot sin of alpha plus beta. This means sin of alpha plus beta. Number is as 2. From equation number 1 and 2, LHS are equal. Therefore, RHS will be equal. Sin of alpha plus beta is equal to sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Hence the result. Next question number 11. Question number 11. A particle acted on by constant forces 8i vector plus 2j vector minus 6k vector and 6i vector plus 2j vector minus 2k vector is displaced from the point 1 2 3 to the point 5 4 1. Find the total work done by the forces. Let F1 and capital F1 and capital F2 be the two forces. Capital F, the resultant force F vector is equal to F1 vector plus F2 vector. Adding the first two vectors, 8i vector plus 2j vector minus 6k vector plus 6i vector plus 2j vector minus 2k vector is equal to 14i vector plus 2 plus 2 4j vector plus minus 6 2 minus 8 k vector. D vector is equal to 5i vector plus 4j vector plus k vector minus 1 2 3 I vector plus 2j vector plus 3k vector is equal to 4i vector plus 2 minus 2 4 minus 2 is 2 2j vector minus 2k vector. Now work done. F vector dot D vector. F vector is 14i vector plus 4j vector minus 8k vector dot product of 4i vector plus 2j vector minus 2k vector is equal to, we know that I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1. Therefore 14 4s are 56 plus into plus, so plus 8 minus into minus positive, 8 2s are 16 is equal to 80 units. Question number 13. Find the magnitude and direction cosines find the magnitude and direction cosines of the torque of a forces replacement represented by 3i vector plus 4j vector minus 5k vector about the point with a position vector 2i vector with the position vector 2i vector minus 3j vector plus 4k vector acting through the point a point. We have whose position vector is 4i vector plus 2j vector minus 3k vector. Let the forces F vector is equal to first force about the point is together with about the point. Therefore the force first vector minus F1 vector is first 4i vector plus 2j vector minus 3k vector minus the second point 2i vector of the point ijk minus 3j vector plus 4k vector. 4 minus 2 is 2i vector, 2 minus of minus positive 5j vector minus 3 minus into plus minus, so 7 k vector. Next torque is equal to r vector cross f vector. R vector is 2i vector plus 5j vector minus 7j vector. Therefore I vector, j vector, k vector 2 5 minus 7. Next 3 4 minus 5, 3 4 minus 5. Expanding this we get I into minus 25 plus 28 minus j vector into minus 10 plus 21 plus k vector into 8 minus 15. This means 3i vector minus 11j vector minus 7k vector minus 7k vector. Magnitude is square root of I vector whole square plus j vector whole square plus k vector whole square plus 3 square plus minus 11 whole square plus minus 7 whole square. 3 square is 9 plus 1 to 1 plus 49. Adding 179. This means direction cosines is equal to the vector divided by the magnitude in the direction. So first 3 divided by root of 179 comma minus 11 divided by root of 179 comma minus 7 divided by root of 179. Answer result. Today homework EX number 6.1, sum number 5, sum number 8, 12 and 14. Any doubt? Reply the message. Thank you.